Good evening. Yes, the fascists on our streets are empowered by the fascism that they witness and hear from the likes of Donald Trump and Netanyahu, and also feel empowered by the genocide enablers in Downing Street and in our government, Lammy, Starmer and Cooper amongst them.
Shame!
So shame on them. In August, the Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich said plans to build more than 3,000 homes in the so-called E1 project between Jerusalem and the Ma'ale Adumim settlement in the occupied West Bank will bury the idea of a Palestinian state. Building there will effectively cut off the West Bank from occupied East Jerusalem. Smotrich said it would thwart the idea of a Palestinian state, quote, because there is nothing to recognise and no one to recognise. Burying ideas has been a key aim of the genocide. And what we are witnessing while we mourn and we rage about the appalling genocide we witness on our screens daily, we also know that a slow-motion genocide is taking place in the West Bank, and that the fascist Israeli government, the fascist Israeli state, is not content until it has its aim is to ethnically cleanse all of Palestine.
Shame!
So news from the West Bank. Policies of restrictions, demolitions, violence and education disruptions continue to severely undermine Palestinian daily life and fundamental rights across the West Bank. On the 27th of August, Israeli settlers set up a new outpost adjacent to the Bedouin Palestine refugee community of Al-Khir in the South Hebron Hills, 1 month after Palestinian activist Awad Hatalin was shot and killed in the community in an appalling incident of settler violence. So far in September, 29 settler attacks have injured 24 Palestinians and damaged property, including vehicles, homes and farmland. Settlers also occupied a new building in Hebron's H2 area, raising concerns over further restrictions on Palestinian residents. So that is settler occupation right at the heart of Hebron, Al-Khalil. Constant settler and IDF invasions of the so-called Joseph's Tomb in Nablus are an overt operation intended to establish a permanent settler presence on the eastern edge of the city. In September, 4 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces, including 2 14-year-old boys, a 58-year-old man near Maraba checkpoint in Nablus, and a 25-year-old man in Balata camp. Around 100 people near Tulkam camp were evacuated after the area was declared a military zone, with mass arrests reported. As the new school year began, more than 4,000 children in the northern West Bank were unable to return to class due to the closure of 10 UNRWA schools under so-called Operation Iron Wall. Another 84 schools faced demolition or stop work orders, threatening the education of nearly 13,000 students. In occupied East Jerusalem, 800 children remain affected by UNRWA school closures, while Israel enforces its racist curriculum amid an acute classroom shortage. On the 16th, a report from a journalist from the West Bank on the 16th of September said the Israeli army has installed numerous iron gates in various areas across the West Bank. So this is in addition to official statistics up to the middle of this year, which detailed 916 checkpoints and gates in the West Bank and Jerusalem. If you forgive me, I'll just read the figures of gates on some of the major centres of population in the West Bank. There are 177 in Ramallah and Al-Bira, 148 in Nablus. Sorry. Perhaps I haven't got time to do this. But anyway, just to say, the occupation has installed and deployed dozens more gates to a total of over 1,000 checkpoints and gates throughout the West Bank. What this has done is effectively there are people contained. There is a checkpoint every 6.3 square kilometres, and quite literally now, the people of the West Bank are living in cages and cantons. Now, very briefly, just a moment ago, we were talking about the fear, the despair, the exhaustion that many people feel as they exercise their solidarity with Palestine. And one of the things that I want to talk about a concert that is being organised by Sheffield Palestine Twinning Association, very briefly, on the 4th of October. Now, this is the third year that we've done this, and we've always thought quite deeply about, is this an appropriate thing to do? And last year we questioned it, this year, but we found, let us just say, that the first time we organised a concert, and it's a live link with Nablus, the event was preceded the night before by a massive IDF invasion of Nablus, and we thought that the event would be cancelled from their end. But in the morning, we had pictures of a performance space with the message, Nablus fights back with art, music and love. And it was an incredibly inspirational event, as was anyone who attended the event last year in Cooks knows that it was something that was uplifting and inspiring. I have leaflets here. I think Bashir is saying that I've said enough now, but I have leaflets here with a link, and I would urge you please to collect a leaflet from me and be there from 5 o'clock on Saturday, October the 4th at Crooks Social Club. Thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you, Julie. Yeah, very important to support people of the West Bank because we'll never forget that there is a small-scale genocide, ethnic cleansing is happening all the time.